got spit when the light got turned. Got a dog crack when the boy won't learn. Big racked up shorty when the block is sharp. Always sorry when the cap don't work. Got the butterfly doors and the fly like bird. And I love my but I ain't them nerd like damn why pocket like yeah.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get forward for a couple. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. 2nd down and 8. Willis to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Willis. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop. Gets in to bring him down. So on fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Levis to open with a pass. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Colts. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Willis now to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up a perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Throwing, Willis. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He's into space past the 25. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Here's Willis. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Levis. He'll air it out down the middle. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Levis. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
To throw is Willis. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Throwing, Willis. Nakua snags it over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. First down, it is Williams. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now Willis. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Willis. And he is going to go down. They sack him to end the 1st quarter. So after 1, 7-3 is our score. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Here's Ethan Evans now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. He'll look deep, left sideline. That is brought in. And he will take this one in. 93 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a 1st down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Willis now to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody, but now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Throwing is Willis. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll try the right side with Williams. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Levis. Now he'll air one out. He's got it! And he's got another one! Touchdown, Indy. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. The PAT, up and good. And the Colts move out to a 21-3 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Levis. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Adams. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's it.
That one taken in. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, Rams. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. The kicks away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down. Here's Levis. Now they'll set up the screen for Ali. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
A run with Ali. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here's Levis. Going up top. And that is incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Levis. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is 1 behind the single-game NFL record. The extra point is good. And the Colts add on 1 more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Willis. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Willis now to throw. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. That's caught! And he will score! Puka Nakua! Touchdown, L.A. Cardi now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Rams are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st and 10, here's Levis. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. A second down throw here for Levis. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. One final throw before the break. He's going to air this one out. That is hard. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Rams 17.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They send him right out of the slot. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, Levis. He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Room to run at the 35. And he's going to be taken down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Kinchins. And the Rams will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Now, faking the give. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Willis. He'll complete it to Adams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw, here's Willis. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's second down. They go play action with Levis. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Dodson.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Willis. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. And he's just a couple short of a touchdown. We'll mark him out at the 2-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. To gain of 43 yards. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Well, it's clear they didn't have a lot of confidence in their ability to generate enough push inside. That's why they decided to attempt this run on the perimeter. But watch the speed and pursuit of this defense to string this ball out, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
Willis now to throw. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on 4th and goal. 1st and 10. The handoff. This is Ali. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down. Back at the 5.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll go once more with Ali. Past the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 95 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And, Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. To throw is Willis. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing, Willis. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tarvarius Ward.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Tight end going in motion here. Off the play fake. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
Now Willis. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They run over center with Williams. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Nakua snags it over the middle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Willis to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cooper.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A carry now for Ali. Whoa! And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Another try with Ali. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Ali. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. On the bootleg, it's Levis. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line. Here's a handoff to Ali. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. That's taken in by Kelly. The Colts are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. They'll try to run this one in.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take him down for a loss.
And he's going to go backward, taken down at the 6. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Willis. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll look to throw. To the outside, complete to Johnson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Throwing, Willis. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is brought in. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Now it's Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On the ground, it's Ali. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So it's a win for the Colts. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
It's highly recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here for the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas. Going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime, yeah, this is the big ticket. Coach at Cop Town, I'm talking that King Richard. It's like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. It's all bark, we all bite.
You gambling with your life? Well, let's roll the dice.
Don't be some problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
I'm just trying to get
Legendary.
open them wide.
Something like
Mind if I pull up with a few?
we can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Hip hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case it get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop it. Keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that popping.
Baby, I'm just trying to get
Legendary.
open them wide.
Something like
Mind if I pull up with a few?
we can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.